Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Put a Ring on It, Season 2, Episode 7. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're one of my people, welcome back. Y'all, I've been waiting all week for this episode. I am glad but not glad that I messed around and see what was gonna happen next week. I should just cut it off right then and there so my mind ain't wondering. And I was like, okay, I got to see what was going on. I was like, how these shows be doing. They didn't edit it together where it makes it look like one thing and it's another. So on this episode, I was really focusing on and taking note as the way Darian was saying things. And I was like, I don't know if he would realize the way he was saying things, but it's like he was showing, like basically telling how he really feels on his relationship with both Kai and Alexia. But we're going to sprinkle in Sean and, Eric and their relationships in here too. Now, Sean, he's talking about he's strong enough to go on a date with another woman. Y'all know last week he kept on doing this thing was I went on a date with A, B, C, and D. It was fine, but I have LaRonda at home. It was this fear of him cheating. Because in his mind, you pretty, you think I'm handsome, we have this chemistry, we need to sleep together. And, you know, he realizes now, let him tell it, even though it's been a few minutes, that, that doesn't have to be. He's strong enough to where it's just not, we need to sleep together because we have this chemistry. LeBron is the first woman that he is not cheated on. So he doesn't want to put the temptations out there. So now he thinks he's strong enough. But this week, the couples are examining their vision of what marriage is. There's a lot of people out here focusing more on the wedding and not the marriage. Me, I was like, we can go down to the justice of the peace and bam, boom, bam. That's what we was gonna do. But my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, was like, My husband comments like, yeah, my mom and my cousin, they getting the wedding together for us. So all I had to do was get my dress, get my shoes, and just what I was wearing, and that was it. My mother-in-law got the napkins. My cousin-in-law, she doggone it, decorated the church and where we had the wedding reception at. They made all the food. I just had to show up in what I was wearing. That was it. And they asked, basically, are we on the same page as far as, marriage, communication, being respectful, all those things. Like I said earlier, LaRonda is Sean's first relationship that he has been faithful in. And I was like, the way he keeps on saying that, I was like, have you been faithful? Because you let us know just about every episode, this is a relationship that I have been faithful in. He doesn't know how to be physically attracted to someone and have chemistry with someone without sleeping with this person. Now, I don't know why people think that since you in a relationship, if you're, just dating, engaged, or married, that you can't be physically attracted to someone. Like the moment you say I do, your physical attraction to someone else just goes away. I think a lot of men, I go, he's a nice looking man. That don't mean I want to go outside of my marriage and go be with this person. Same thing with my husband. Like, you can think she's pretty. I mean, you can think she's attractive. That just means, you have eyes in your head and you can see. It just means don't act on these certain things. Now, LaRonda, she realized the way he's explained some of his dates that it seems like he could be in a relationship with these people had, he had the chance. And for whatever reason, he's not seeing that. He's like, didn't my it he doesn't realize that his dates that he could have a chance with these dates, but he's so focused on this is my queen over here. I will never do anything to my queen. I'm satisfied with my queen over here. He keeps on stating that. Jessica, she's basically over here marking her territory. Leilani comes over and Jessica's in yet another one of her cat suits. I was like, does this woman have anything besides cat suits and skin tight clothing? I guess if you got the body like that, I'll be showing it off like that too. Maybe not all the time because y'all, I am a caftan. Call it a muumuu if you want to. Doggone it, I work Monday through Friday. So Saturdays, I am moo calf tanned out. I want to be comfortable. I am at, I don't want to say I'm at that age because I'm only 36, but like, I'm going to just say it. I'm at that age where I'm looking to be comfortable. I wore some wedged sandals last weekend for the first time in over a year, and my body did not know what to do with itself because I've been wearing flats, I've been wearing sneakers. That's what I've been doing. So putting on some wedge sandals, my body was like, "Hold up, girl! Now, what were you doing? You know, your body and your calves and all that stuff. Your feet ain't used to this." I'm telling y'all, heels. I love me some heels, even though heels don't love me. Whether it's booties, boots, just regular heels, I love a good heel. But I ain't worn them over a year. I ain't been really wearing clothes like that in over a year. It's been t-shirts, pajama bottoms, yoga pants, like things of that nature. So like wearing actual clothes, I gotta get used to that. And wearing them shoes is one of the things. I didn't forgot where I was at. Oh yeah, Jessica's right. Yeah, she wants to let it be known. This my man right here. Okay, you do facials. Okay, we can do a little couples facial. You can do that for us. She's like, yeah, have him. Make an appointment. She's like, no, no, no. I make the appointments over here. I do everything over here, boo boo. Okay. Now before y'all go out on your little date, let's take these shot glasses. And when with my this is me on the shot glass, bottoms up. Damn, take a shot. He thought Jessica was being jealous and being petty. But I was like, no, he was just letting you know. Cameraman, they still doggone zooming in on that bald spot on his head. It's like they gonna make sure almost every scene he's in, we gonna get that. We gonna get that doggone cul-de-sac. Now we're moving over to Darian. This is when I was especially taking notice the wording he was using. Now he says there was more than one reason why he cut off Kai, and that was Alexia. Now I was like, you used the word cut off. Now, when you cutting somebody off, that means y'all was in a relationship of some type, to me, or y'all was sleeping together, and you no longer you cut that situation off. I was like, okay, so y'all seen each other more than the 4 or 5 times. How many times y'all been on a date besides this episode? You seen her outside of those times where camera weren't rolling. Okay, I got you, Darian. He says they are in a good place, but they need to fix things, and she's confident in him again. Okay, what I took out of that was, okay, I'm doing the right things and I'm saying the right things, and she's trusting me again. And if I continue to act like this, I can maybe push things on, and I don't even have to put a ring on it. If I keep on acting like this and saying the right things, I can continue on this for another 14 years. That's what I got out of it. And he said the only reason he will marry Alexia is because she wants to. And he wants to make her happy. Not I'm doing this because this is the woman I love. We've been together for so long. I can see her having my kids. I'll never have nobody better than her. She wants to do it and I want to make her happy. It's like he's saying all the things that she wants to hear just to shut her up. That's what I got out of it. She says that she wants a better communication and him to back her every day, come back home every day and more support. The fact that you need this man to come home every day is sad. We already got to that where he go out of town, not tell you he come back in town, been back in town for a few days, and he over at the condo doing I don't know what, and you don't even know anything about this. Y'all, I'm gonna do my nails later, so it's weird not having my nails on. But I wanted to get into this doggone review. He has never seen a healthy long-term relationship. He's seen long-term relationship. That was his grandparents. But in that relationship, it was a lot of mental and physical abuse. His uncles, he's seen them, get married and get divorced. And he has this thing that, once you get divorced, things get muddled. You're no longer happy. Things go bad. I think you can't put a few group of people that having a bad relation in marriage and just throw everybody in that one pot. You just can't do that. Sean has a second date with Tari, and she says she's dating. It's weird dating somebody who's in a relationship, but she's gonna continue the same way she would if he wasn't. If we vibing, we vibing, and she's gonna continue to get to know him. Wait a minute, he wants to experience. Okay, he wants to experience being in the company of an attractive woman without it being physical. He says he's over the experiment and he just wants to date his queen. He's saying this yet again. He's having a good time with Tari, but he wants to go home to his queen. And what I'm getting out of that is I'm having a good time and I'm scared that I'm going to have too much good time and I'm going to end up cheating. Eric, he's over here claiming he's having the best communication with Leilani, even though last week's episode he claimed that he couldn't even understand what she's saying. I'm like, how are you having this best communication with somebody that you don't understand? Leilani says if Eric and Jessica don't work, that she will gladly scoop this man up quick, fast, and in a hurry. He even got so caught up in his date that he almost forgot he got a girlfriend at home. I think it's the communication and trust that's the issue. He cheated on her for the first part of their relationship. When things was going bad with him in his career, and she said, "Do you want to be here?" And he said no, and she went off. Whether they was on a break together, she went off to be with somebody else. And I think he hasn't got over that fact. I think he believes that you should have just stuck by me whether I wanted you here or not. And if we had broke up, you should have been single until I was ready to get back with you. And now you may or may not have slept with this person. You may or may not still be in communication with this person. So he's hurt. And these two, they basically do a lot of tit for tat. And he realized that. So the men sit down with Dr. Nicole. Sean states how he and LaRonda have been unturning some stones and they're taking a hard look at their relationship. And they see what's wrong and what they need to fix. He's very emotional, and sometimes she feels like he's sucking the life out of the relationship, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. But Dr. Nicole talks about how a lot of boys in our community, they are basically, boys don't cry, hold in your emotions, all this stuff. So this child has taught to, don't express your feelings. Now they are grown men that don't know how to express themselves and they lashing out because they don't know what to do. If you hurt, you cry. Just like Doggo, if you gonna break your leg, most likely you gonna cry. Somebody hit you, you gonna cry. So if you affect emotionally, you're gonna cry because you're hurt regardless. We need to let these young boys know it is okay to cry. Men, it is okay to cry. If you were hurt about something, cry. Let that cry out. Sometimes a good cry will make you feel better. Darian says that Alexia has given him an ultimatum. Ultimatum. If he doesn't propose by the end of the experiments, it's over. Now he thinks it's unfair that she will throw away 14 years and that they should continue to fix things. He's talking about some help me understand how I can feel better about getting engaged, even though there's a lot of things to fix. Like, help me feel good about doing this, even though I don't want to do this. And Dr. Nicole says, she can't help him feel better. You came in here with the biggest anchor and you don't want to be pressured. You want to continue on this treadmill. This ain't a treadmill. Well, I guess the thing go like this. You want to continue on this. And she no longer wants to do that because when you're on a treadmill, you're not going anywhere. She wants to get on the bike, outside bike and go somewhere in a relationship, and you want to stay here and she wants to go off. But he says he's been wasting Alexia's time. And I was like, you think? You've been with her for 14 years. You've cheated on her. Well, I don't know if you cheated, whether it's on a break or what. This girl gave up her career to be with you, so to help y'all relationship, and you still like, no, let's continue on the way that we've been continuing. But after Dr. Nicole leaves, Darian talking about, he's like, I showed her I want to be with her and I love her because I'm getting rid of the condo. Then Eric Job saying like, no, yeah, what if she kicks you out? He's like, yeah, and this is how I'm making money. Like trying to justify why keeping the condo was a good thing. And I was like, I wonder if this condo had you taken Kai to that condo. Inquiring minds want to know. Now, speaking of Kai, now this we down to like 5 minutes before the show was over, which I knew they was gonna do that. And then at the same time, I was like, if they doggone it, she just says that, and she lying, and he reacts a different way, I'm gonna be mad because I done waited all week for this. But child, was I wrong? But right, not wrong. I was right about what she's saying was true and not the editing. I kind of lost my train of thought right there. But anyways, Darian says this media with Kai is to let her know that he's chosen Kai. Now, when you're saying you're choosing somebody was, I have this and I have that. I chose to be with this and get rid of that. So Kai, I want Alexia. I don't want you. I don't want to be with you. And the only reason you would say that is if you was being with both of these people. These are things you say to somebody that you were in a relationship with or you've been sleeping with this person. She feels disrespected because he hasn't texted or DM'd her and talked to her, texted her, or DM'd her in 10 days, which goes to show they was talking outside of the show. When cameras were cut, these two were still in communication. She asked, have you told her about the times we slept together? He says, if I didn't care about your feelings, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have called. She's like, you wasn't worried about her when you slept with me. He said, were you caught up in the fact that we had great sex? Now, I'm assuming he didn't think that she was going to spill the beans that they was out here having sex with each other. But remember, you haven't talked to this girl, text this girl, or DM this girl in 10 days. So she in her feelings, because you probably told her, yeah, things ain't right with me and Alexia, and I don't want to be with her no more, and I want to be with you. Because remember, she said she don't want to feel like a side piece. It's because you was making her feel like a side piece. You was sleeping with this girl, telling her one thing. And this is why you wanted to continue on going on a date with her, is because you was sleeping with her. You was in a relationship in some type of way with her. And she's sitting up there eating her food. Mm-hmm. Have you told her that? Mm-hmm. And he's looking like, we had an agreement that you wasn't going to say nothing. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face specific video. You can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. And tell your people to tell their people to come over here and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.